Hi, Carmen.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. And you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, so I know that you have a podcast. Tell me a little bit about it.
So this is going to be my third podcast. This one I'll be starting ever since you reached out to me and wanted to know if I was willing to interview some actors and actresses for you. So it originally started in 2018 when a coworker of mine and I got together and we started a comedy podcast, which is the one that you remember from when I did the interview for you at High Desert Screening and at the Comic-Con. So that one, we don't do that anymore, but so I did that one for about a year. That was called The Old Guy and the Kid. That was a comedy podcast where I played kind of like the older, grumpier guy, and he played the younger, more energetic Kai. It was kind of like a morning radio show kind of like thing where we went back and forth, and we just had a really good, charisma going back and forth together. So then after that ended, I started another podcast called Evolution Through Ascension with another coworker of mine, which was a podcast where my coworker and I, we kind of helped people who were going through a spiritual awakening. Since him and I, both had one about 20 years ago, kind of fairly versed in the topic. So we spent about the past year, and so now that you reached out to me, I'm going to start a third one, which I was wanting to do anyway. So this is perfect.
I'm troubles, huh?
Yes. Yeah. So this one will be called Podcast Theory Productions, and I'll be working with you, and I guess whatever else content I put up in there in the meantime, whenever I'm not doing interviews for you. So it's all in the works.
It's a fresh, brand new podcast that you're creating.
It's a fresh, brand new podcast. It's all in the works. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do when I'm not doing interviews for you, but I'll put something up there for people.
Do you have a Facebook page already or not?
I don't, not yet. I've got an Instagram page where people can go. So it's got the remnants of the first two podcasts on there. I'm not running multiple Instagrams or anything, so it's just one. But eventually, I'll probably get a Facebook and everything set up. So it's all.
Okay, so Jesse, tell me something. What inspired you to start all this podcast stuff? Like, what was it?
So the first podcast, I noticed that my co-host and I, we had very similar personalities and a very similar sense of humor, and we were actually very good at improv. We were very good at playing off of each other and making stuff up off the spot, and we were really funny at it. So I said, this is very rare that you find somebody in life that you have such good connection and sense of humor with. So why don't we get this recorded? Let's do a podcast. However long it lasts, So that's what inspired me there, because it was just a rare situation. I said, you're funny, I'm funny. We mesh good together. Let's get this on film,
Even I remember, even the name, it was funny.
Yeah, we did some funny stuff. So, so this like the new one will be the third incarnation,
Okay. So where do you see this podcast, this new one that you're creating? Where do you see going in the future? Are you like is going to be something like more serious, or are you going to just mix interviews with business, people, or it's going to be a mix?
It's going to be a mix. I'm going to interview anybody who wants to be. Maybe it's a local upcoming business, or along, of course, with all the actors that want to be interviewed. I might put up, I'm not sure what other content I'm going to put up yet, because it's only been 3 days since we've talked about this, but I'll get something figured out. But I'll go with it as long as it works out, and that'll be what it is.
Well, so I wish you luck. I wish you the best of it, and thank you so much. Oh, by the way, I want to introduce you and do this official. Jesse is going to be interviewing our crew and our finalist directors and anybody who participates in High Desert Screening as an advisor for an example, a photographer, whoever is involved or gets involved in this film festival. He's going to be hosting the interviews, and I'm so happy to have you on board with us.
Oh, thank you so much. It's an honor. It truly is.
It's an adventure. Let's have fun.
We will have fun. It's going to be an adventure.
Well, so thank you so much, Jesse, and congrats and welcome.
Thank you, Carmen. I appreciate it.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.